I feel like I missed the memo of cute pantsuit outfit today. Like, I was like, wait, what? Y'all look so adorable. Nice to see you. You know each other, right?
Yes, we're besties.
Yeah, I taught her how to ski.
I am amazing. So wait, you were skiing in Iceland this summer, and this video is amazing for a couple reasons, but what's going on here?
That is a helicopter picking me up or dropping me off at about 1 o'clock in the morning. At that time of year, the sun doesn't set. So it was crazy, one of the most crazy experiences of my life, helicopter skiing at 1 in the morning.
I love how different people can be, you know? Isn't that awesome? There's like room for all of us, because I'm just like, if one of my girls was like, you know what I'm gonna do, and you should do with me, is wake up at midnight and then go skiing, getting dropped off by a helicopter, which in those winds, like a helicopter can't be like your safest route.
No, it's probably not. I mean, you know, a chairlift would be probably more safe.
Yeah.
But yeah, so skiing is dangerous enough as it is.
Yeah.
Add, you know.
Yeah.
Insult to injury on that one. But.
I would like to interrupt and say that her heli skiing is probably safer than her downhill skiing. Because that's what's dangerous, you know? When she was skiing at that, at that pace, racing, that's when you can really hurt yourself. That's probably nothing compared to that.
But also, have a point.
But great, so both are so crazy. But like, you're going through forests, right? Like when you
No,
get
there
dropped
wasn't.
off,
We were above the tree line, so there was no, there were no trees at all.
like on your whole path down?
Nope, just rocks.
Oh.
So, you know, avoid the rocks. Or avoid the rocks.
Just rocks.
Yeah, just a couple.
Those are handy.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, it's a great vacation. That's awesome. Have you been heli skiing? Have you ever jumped out?
I have.
You
I have?
Yeah, that's why we're besties.
Yeah, we're friends. We actually haven't skied together yet, though, but we will. We will ski together.
Eventually, if she's
You
never
jumped
on,
out of
not
a
on
helicopter.
tour.
Well, we'll do it this winter. We're gonna go in Park City.
Yeah.
Okay. If you call me to hang out, I will be busy. I was like, you won't. But if you did,
You can go.
I will be busy.
ski.
You can go tubing while we heli ski. We'll drive
I
you
don't
down and be
even
in a
like
little
on my
tube.
ranch in Montana, you can tube and you can ski. There's like pretty high slopes, but I am terrified of even tubing.
Risk is fun.
It is for some. It is. And some of us are so good with average. So wait, so you've got a book out now. This is awesome. So it's called Rise. So it's your story, my story. So why did you want to do this?
You know, I retired from ski racing, and it was, I think, really therapeutic for me to kind of look back at my life. And I really wanted to share some of the lessons that I've learned, the experiences, and I've had a lot of injuries, a lot of personal struggles. So, you know, again, I've learned a lot, and I just wanted to inspire my fans to be their best selves, just like I learned how to be in my career.
Yeah, absolutely. You recently lost your mama, and this book is dedicated to her. So how did she inspire it?
Yeah, I mean, my mom has been a huge inspiration in my life.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I dedicated the book to her when I found out she had ALS, and I was going to dedicate it to her anyways. But she died only a few weeks ago, and you know, she had a stroke when she gave birth to me. She's faced so many obstacles in her life, and it really gave me a perspective on my life and how I approach it. And you know, whenever I have a bad day, I looked at my mom and I said, well, she has a positive attitude, why can't I? So she was such an inspiration to me, and it's been hard.
It's a really beautiful thing, though, to know that you had that. Like, not everybody gets that, right, in life. It's such a hard thing to grieve, but just to know, it's such a beautiful thing, too, to have had a mom that had that kind of impact, that you do something cool like this and dedicate it and know that it's a reason, one of the main reasons why you got where you are.
Yeah.
It's so really cool to have that. It's beautiful. Well, Lindsay, one thing that you've had to recover from is a ski injury in 2013. So it led to insomnia?
Yeah, so I mean, I had a lot of obstacles in my life, but you know, having so many surgeries, you know, I was laying in my bed, and you know, I know as an athlete you need sleep to recover. Everyone knows that, and I just struggled so much after my surgeries to sleep. And I approached it as I approach everything else. You know, how do I find a solution? And I didn't really realize that it was actually insomnia until much later. But I tried a lot of things, and I was just so thankful that I found a solution. You know, I talked to my doctor, and QUVIVIQ is, you know, a new medication that I've found, and I'm very thankful for, especially now, you know, with everything that's going on in my life. Sometimes I just have a hard time shutting off my mind. And, you know, everyone thinks that, you know, not sleeping is just kind of normal, and, you know, hey, I only sleep 4 hours a night. That's not not normal. We
that's
need
because
we need
as a
sleep.
society, yeah, we don't sleep enough. We are always going and going and going.
Yeah,
To get
so-
ahead, you must keep going.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing.
So like one box, checked off my list of things that I don't have to worry about anymore.
Insomnia sucks. I used to suffer from that too. And on tour, it's hard because especially if you get done with like a big race thing, and I would get done with the performance. Like you get done and your body is so amped up that it's really hard to come down, like from that adrenaline rush.
Yeah, the adrenaline rush is hard to.
Yeah, so I can't even imagine at the speeds you were going and like, near-death experiences. So that would be hard to come down from. I'm glad you found something.
Yeah, thank you.
Because man, when you don't get sleep, I'm not likable.